like I have Yzma eyelashes. They're long but stringy. Hey y'all, thank you so much for joining me here on my channel today. My name is Allie and I just really enjoy all things planning and journaling and art. I've been doing a lot of planning stuff recently actually, but today is kind of crafty. Not so much artistic, but crafty. I'm kind of going back to my scrapbooky kind of self. I used to scrapbook, gosh, I loved photos. I loved taking pictures forever since I was a teenager. I had a little point and shoot film camera and I get the film developed and I actually had a little scrapbook that I would put together. That carried on into my married life with my children and everything, and then it got real busy. And so I wasn't really scrapbooking anymore, but you'll see in my journals, I always put pictures and I will highlight. Dietrich, stop it. You're shaking the camera, doing the crazies. All right, Dieters, you wanna come up? In my journals, you'll see pictures are super important to me. And when I journal around the photos. What are you doing? Why are you biting me? Can you not bite me, please? Can you, what are you doing? My cat's being really weird. I should probably put him away. This is Dieter Beans. He often makes a little cameo or whatever on my channel. I have notes. I should get them. I got way off my notes. Okay, so as I made an announcement last week, I guess, I did order an A6 VDS rings. I have been printing out all of the inserts that I've had in my reference binder, plus some new ones. I have been just trying my best to keep everything together because I'm so excited. I'm really enjoying this size. I even created like a printable for myself that I had been wanting forever, and I kind of had to learn a program. I'm still not quite sure if I've like really learned it completely, but it has been really great, and I made an insert that I've had in my heart for a very long time. And I gotta figure out now how to make it in all the sizes without taking too much time. I know there's a trick out there, I just have to learn how to do it. Basically, I had been seeing this, a couple people had the same idea actually. Martha Plans did, and there was another one, Hey Michi, I think her name is, or something. Taking a index tab, which you would put on a file folder, and you would punch a hole in it, and then you could put your pictures on there, and then be able to take pictures on and off of it and basically have different photos in and out of your rings, which I thought was really cool because I love photos. At the same time, I kind of want to do something a little bit more permanent because I can really marry a picture for a long time. And so I made this little clear dash. I don't know if you can see. I'll show it again at the tabletop. It reminded me back in the day when I used to follow Allie Edwards hardcore and I was doing Project Life. She would have clear elements and things and pockets, and she would have it where you could see through, and she made all the embellishments so that you wouldn't, it's almost like you couldn't tell. I don't know how to explain it. Like everything matched on each side, so it just looked like one thing going through, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain that, but that's what I did, and I want to do another one. I want to do another one for my rings. That's not even here yet, but I want to do another one of these and show y'all how I do it and just kind of hang out. Maybe you can make one too for your rings, or maybe you could tip it in to like a notebook or something, or TN or whatever. Or make one for a TN. I used to do it all the time when I would make dashes and then have them hug my inserts. I'm not really in traveler's notebooks anymore, but I'm really enjoying these rings. I have personal rings that I have, but I've just been printing out everything in A6. I will have some links to some of the things that I'm using down in the description. But yeah, let's just get right to the tabletop and make this really cute dash. This is my dash that I made for my A6 coming. So when you flip it, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. This butterfly is behind this flower. The pictures are like right on top of each other, so you don't see any of the backside because it is clear. I tried to also take the washi pieces, so this washi right here and this washi match up. So even this white washi appears a little more cream because you've got this darker washi on the other side. So that's what I meant by, like, you can see straight through when you have it in your rings. So this is my rings that will be coming. Will have all these innards and more in them. So you can kind of see right through it and not the back ends of this stuff, if that makes sense. And that was a technique that I did a lot when I was doing Project Life with Ali Edwards stuff. So you'll need some acetate. Now, this is the stuff that I used. It's the 0.005. Yeah. If you have clear transparency that you use to print, you know, stuff on, you could probably use that as well. It'll just be a little bit thinner. This is a bit thicker, which I like. Duralar, I do have I think I will be able to have an Amazon link for that. You can't see this very much. You see the glare there, but I just have another piece of this, the Duralar, that I'm going to use and keep shoving off my little thing. I'm just so excited for those rings to get here. So anyway, I cut it to, this is what I do. For A6, you need to cut it for whatever your thing is, but I'm doing a true A6 for mine. That is going to be a little over 4 inches. It's like in between these two notches right here. This is how I do it. I need a pointer. You have this tick mark and it's in between those. That probably was clear as mud. Cut your piece of acetate to the dimensions of your planner or TN or whatever. Here's mine. It should match up pretty good. Yes, that's perfect. Okay. And this time I decided that I wanted to try landscape, not portrait images. So this is what you call portrait orientation, and this is landscape. And so I wanted to try the landscape this time. I thought it would be fun. And you're just going to have to deal, like I kind of am a recovering perfectionist. You'll just have to deal with the fingerprints and the lint and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Dietrich, you finally settled down. One thing to note is that this is sticker paper. Okay, label paper. I use it for my shop, for my stickers. And I have a tutorial on how I print my photos, making photo stickers. You can watch that. I'll pop a card up or something and it'll also be in the description. When you print this out and you're gonna do this front back thing, one of these is going to be actually shorter than the other. I don't know why it happens with my printer that way anyway. If you see here, when I line these up, there is, see, right there. So you want to make sure that they're the same size, because that's going to affect, again, you don't want to see anything coming through on the other side. So I'm going to actually cut it off on their torso side. And I'm just going to use scissors, not this thing, to make it exact. Now I have a little, not formula, but kind of something that I do all the time. In my journaling, in my planner, you'll see it in here, like the same kind of style, like this, and this, and this. It's kind of got the same thing that I do every time with my pictures. With this, obviously the photo is the focal point of my little dash here. But I would like to have something pretty to also be a focal point. I have this. I have the butterfly on little Dieter beans. And then I have some flowers for Wesley boots. And then I always add some washi. And I do this little frame around my pictures with a gel pen. With my typewriter, I'll type something out, or I'll use some sort of, you know, embellishment sticker or whatever. I have some things. I purchased these butterflies. These are kind of like shiny. They're not washi stickers, but then I do have some washi stickers here. Here's a washi sticker. And then I had gotten some like eucalyptus leaves. Really like the eucalyptus leaves. I might do that for this. But I have to be able to find something to kind of match on the other side. These are my eucalyptus. I'm going to put them in my stash. So I could put it behind, see, like behind here. And this one was it going to be too bad? So you can see through. Oh, that's kind of fun. This one's different in that it still kind of has a design. Whereas this one, like the flowers, you can see it's just white on the other side. I have some, I don't know if I want yellow though. Oh, what is that, Dieters? So I have a whole stash of fun things I should show you. I didn't keep a ton of stuff. I've been destashing. I have this box, this thing, these little deals here that you can put stuff. What I'm noticing though is that these are definitely shiny. They're not washi flakes. Like these are washi flakes. That's okay. It's not bad. It's just different. I'm gonna have a big old mess on my hands here in a second. But these are fun for like journaling and stuff. And it's okay if you want to like cut off something, like hold it over the edge a little bit. I think that's a really fun trick as well. I might just leave this like that and just not do another one on the other side and do something here, something small. I think we just need to start doing. So this is what starts happening is I start overthinking things. And I know I like this, so I can go ahead and start with this. I'm gonna go ahead and punch the holes, but yeah, I just need to start committing to things. And technically it's not paper, but I'm not afraid of this acetate. There's more of it, it's fine. If I mess up, I can print another picture, it's okay. I will also post the hole puncher in description. Let's do this. Sometimes it's helpful to have something in the back so you can see what's going on. Something so you can, you know, kind of see what's going on. Otherwise it just gets lost. You can't see it. Sometimes it's harder for me to get these ones. So I have these little tweezers that are actually super helpful. I thought people were being unreasonable or something weird. No, they're actually quite helpful. No, I need to have this where I can actually see. Just stick it down. Okay. It's down now. And I can cut this off. Oh, I was going to tell y'all about what happened. I printed out the picture and it printed out weird. Like the face was all weird. And I was like, what is going on? Printed it out again. The face was all right, but then it made a big blob of ink on the edge. So I printed it again after cleaning and it did the face as weird again with a little bit of ink on the edge. I'm like, what is going on? So I decided to print not as high of a quality. So I don't have as high a quality of a picture, but at least it printed out without blobs of ink and the face is weird. And I think what happened is because there's just such a dark photo, like it's just, there's a lot of ink being deposited on the paper. So that was weird. That's the first time I've ever had any problems with my Epson printer. So strange. It is not. Part of me doesn't want to do that because it's like, you know what, whatever. It's crooked, whatever. I'm just gonna let it be crooked. All right, I'm gonna do my little frame thing. It's kind of a tight picture to do the frame thing on, but there we are. We have the other side. And I kind of just like how this is also, you know, coming out of this picture. That works out pretty good, actually. Do you see the butterfly through the other side? You kind of do. Ooh, I kind of like that. Don't have to be perfect. Don't have to be perfect. Okay. Frame around this one. I love these gel pens the best. It's the, actually, this is the wrong one. Shoot. The 10, not the 8. No wonder. I like the 10. I like the thick, fat line. But whatever. The 8's okay too, I suppose. But I do like the 10. And it doesn't dry up on me. I've always had great success with these. This is very pretty, this color. There's also this, one of my favorites. I can't remember where I got this washi. I like this color with it. It looks pretty with both the black butterfly and the eucalyptus. Whatever I do on this side, I need to do on the other side, which is perfect because my shoulder's right there. Well, I'm covering up his little arm crossing thing, but Matchy matchy. Trying to make this a little thinner. Do want a little blingy bling on this. I think I might not do any sort of words maybe. I don't know. I really love my typed out words from my typewriter. Let's just see what it looks like. Because this should come off easy if it doesn't. Yeah, it just didn't work as good on this one. And maybe because it's like this way, you know? But what I will add is a little bit of bling on here in the form of like a little tag or a flag. I'm sorry, a flag. And I could do them the same on both sides. I'm going to try anyway. You know what would be best? Would be best. Hey! That's my little training device that I use for my cats when they're naughty. Notice how he ran away. It's a frequency. The cats do not like the frequency. Actually, I didn't do the frequency this time. I just do the tone. So when you're training them, you do the tone. If they're continuing to be naughty, you do tone and frequency. And they do not like the frequency. It's like a little uncomfortable. It's not like horrible, painful. It's not like a shock collar or anything like that. It's just an uncomfortable frequency. So eventually they just learn to listen to the tone to stop. It's like the best thing ever. It's helped Dietrich stop yelling so much at night, which is, praise the Lord, it's great. If anyone's interested in that, I'll put that in the description as well because it's great for dog training. Like my neighbor's dogs who like bark viciously at us. They don't bark anymore at us. All we have to do is the tone and they run away. It's pretty awesome. And it's not, I did not want, did you know some people actually shock collar their cats? I cannot believe it. I was like, no, my Dieter Beans will never be shocked ever. It's a much more humane way of training your animals. But anyway, some people might think that's inhumane, the frequency thing, but I've heard it. I hear it too because I'm super sensitive with everything. It's not horrible. It's kind of, it almost creates like a pressure in the head. Like in my head, I feel like there's a pressure. Like when you're coming down fast from an airplane or something, that's all it is. That's how it feels like for me. It might be a little bit more intense for them. I'm not sure. It's not pleasant, but it's not painful either. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a little flag and see how that works. I feel like it should be, I think it's too big. I don't like it. I don't like how big it is. Easier just to start over. I got this at Walmart, I think. I like it because it doesn't shed. It's like it doesn't shed at all. It's great. Scotch brand, I guess. Cheap. At the time. Who knows how much it is now? Inflation. Oh my gosh. Yep. Inflation's crazy. Little baby flag. Try that instead. Normally on like a regular journal page, I would not take so much care into making sure they're identical. But because this is a see-through thing, I want it to be exact on each side. It's a little bit of bling. There. Okay. A little different feel than this one. I really do love the titles on this one for sure. I prefer the portrait nowadays, whereas before, back in the day, I did lots of landscape stuff. But this is still really cool, and this will look really fun in my A6 rings. And I can always add something up here later if I want, but I'm trying to keep things kind of on this side. I think that's super fun. What do you think? When you turn it, it'll be like this. I think that's kind of fun. I do. Lots of fun things. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that was super duper fun. I'm so excited that I have another one now to put in my A6 rings when it gets here. Super excited to show y'all what I have going on in here in this stash. There's a lot of fun stuff. Some of the stuff is similar. Like I just repurchased the same Hey Planner Girl for 2024, her little amazing dash months. And then I print on the other side just stuff that's inspiring me. But this time, same thing. Whoops, just like flung it out, out of frame. I did the same thing with my picture. Again, I love pictures. I did my little PET tape, some washi, and a little sentiment right there because I just love having things on the back sides of my pages. And I made that, and then I got these dividers. I shouldn't go into all this thing, but I had to combine one of my sections because I did not realize when I purchased these dividers, which is kind of hard to find A6, true A6 dividers. But I found some on an Etsy shop and there was 5, not 6. So I had to combine 2 of my sections, and I felt like the one that made most sense was the dreams, goals, and wellness. So wellness was its own section in my personal. Dreams and goals was the first section in my thing. But it makes sense because all this stuff that I'm doing with like my morning pages and my thought downloads and stuff like that has to do with my wellness. It's really helping my wellness, and I'm very excited to share about this stuff. A lot of people have been asking me where I'm getting these inserts. I made this one based off of a tool that I was taught by Dr. Edie Wadsworth in one of her classes. And so she's amazing. And then she has like, I printed on onion skin paper. So this is like advanced thought work. This is from a friend, an Instagram friend. She shared it with me. And then just like weeks and stuff like that. This is the faith one. Remember I'm doing moths now instead of my stuff, but I had this beautiful girl with a verse, and I still have so much to print, but it's exciting. I made this insert. I'm very excited to share how to use this insert, and I'm going to try to get this up on my shop before I do my video about it, because I'm sure people are going to want to know how to buy it. So I'm going to try to do inserts, y'all, printables. Lots of fun things. And then this dash is in the front. My little Dieter beans is in the front just because he's so cute. It might be kind of cool. Man, it would have been cool to be able to put like a tag or something on this and then cut these and this be my, place marker for when I get to my new page for my little inserts here, my morning pages that I'm doing, to have this be the marker for the page. I might try that. I might figure out how to put something on top of this to be able to let it stand out, and then cut the sides of this so I can just blah, 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 you know what I'm talking about? Rip it out, put it back in. That might be a fun thing to do, especially since it's my family. What I always start out with in the morning is my gratitude. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to keep that right there. My family. That is all I wanted to share with y'all. I know this was a bit longer of a video, but it's super fun to get crafty again, to do something like this. How fun is that to be able to see through, but also have those pictures in there? It just creates that layered effect, which I super duper love. And then I can use the leftover things like this. I mean, you can punch holes in this and have something small, do something on the side, just something cute, little pretties that make you happy, fun things that make you happy throughout your planner. I just wanted something a little more permanent with my photos, my favorite photos, and that to me is a little more permanent. I love y'all. Y'all are great. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.